So what is it that holds us back? What is it that gets in the way of stepping into our fullness, stepping into the whole of ourselves, from fully expressing ourselves and doing all that which we desire to do? Oftentimes we hesitate a moment, or we stop ourselves or suppress ourselves, and often because of fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of shame, fear of, not succeeding. And we keep ourselves small, we keep ourselves in these boxes, not wanting to be too big, too loud, too much. We're afraid of being too much, and we're afraid of conflict, of clashing with others. Not all of us, but some of us. And so why do we have those fears, Often it's from past experiences. Maybe we were a child and we said something and we were laughed at. Or maybe we tried to do something and we failed and we were disappointed in ourselves, or it seemed like other people were disappointed in us. But at the end of the day, it's us and it's our experience, and what matters the most is how we feel about ourselves. It doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. We have our own experience, and that's what we experience every day. So it is almost like a duty to look after our own experience and provide a way of living, a way of being that makes us feel safe, that makes us feel nurtured, that makes us feel good to be alive. And often when we don't express ourselves and we don't do all that we want or say all that we have to say, we feel like, it leaves you feeling empty or dissatisfied, or, why didn't I say that? Or why, I could do that, but I'm not going to, I won't do it. I can't do that. Me? Why would I be able to do that? And we all have this. It doesn't mean we're strange. It doesn't mean we're a freak. It's just who we are. And some of us are more afraid than others, and some of us find it easier to express ourselves than others. But so how can we step beyond these fears, these limits we put on ourselves? I think it begins with kind of listening to those fears, listening to that little voice, that inner child, right? It's that child inside that doesn't want to be hurt, and none of us want to be hurt. So often it helps to have a nice support group, a group of friends where you can talk. And then there's that, talking about our fears, we begin to realize that actually other people have those fears, or perhaps we realize that actually they're not so big, they don't have such a strong impact or effect on our lives. So it's listening to those fears, feeling them out, allowing them for them to be, perhaps noticing where they originally began from your childhood or a past experience. But it's then having the courage to step beyond what holds you back. And that's what it takes. It takes courage, and it just takes going for it, just doing it. The more we procrastinate on doing something, the bigger it seems. We empower that fear. And that's exactly it. When we don't speak, we don't express, it becomes bigger in our minds, in our experience of it, than perhaps it actually is. And then when we want to just do it, and perhaps it can be a bit scary, perhaps your heart races, or you get butterflies in your stomach. But then when you do it, it's exhilarating, you feel good, you're like, wow. And you might realize that loads of other people have the same ideas, the same thoughts, or they're not, and you start a discussion on the matter, which is another beautiful thing about the human experience. There's such variety, there's so many of us, and we have all so many different views and opinions. It's nice to exchange and see, what everyone has to bring to the table. And it's worth it, it might seem scary at the beginning, but the more we it's developing that habit of stepping beyond fear, and the more we do it, the easier it comes, and the more we grow. We all have so much to express. We're all so unique due to we have a unique set of experiences that leads to this moment of who we are. So the more we express who we are, the more we grow, the more we become and we unfold. And it's a beautiful, beautiful process, and sometimes it's scary, and sometimes, people don't agree with you. In fact, there's always someone who's not going to agree with you, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't express yourself. Think of all the great people of the world who've made great discoveries. Even like the concept of the world might be round. wow. You know, it's like at the beginning they all thought she was mad, but now we know, you know, now we think they're mad to think the world is flat. Having said that, I think there are still some people who think the world is flat, but to each their own. Each their own. So fear, of course it's helpful sometimes, you know, listen to that fear. You're feeling very vulnerable. Sometimes, okay, hold back if you, but other times listen it and step beyond. Have the courage and share, you know, talk to other people about it. It makes it a lot easier to realize that none of us are alone in this. We're all so similar. We're all totally unique, of course, but we're all so similar in these like fears or these desires to be and to be happy. You know, we all want to be happy. And a lot of people are afraid to be alone. And we thrive on human connection and human interaction. So just share, express, and be.